Greetings all! Today we will be examining the bug fighting type Ultra Beast Pheromosa, aka UB02B Beauty, the Lissome Pokémon. Gorgeous in appearance and a fearsome fighter to behold on any day, Pheromosa are potent aliens that can more than make it clear that they are far more than just a pretty face.
Pheromosa have a thin, off-white insectoid frame with thin limbs that end in a pair of golden-white claws on their hands and a pair on their feet that have the appearance of stiletto heels, their knees, elbows, and neck ring having an identical color. Their torso is covered in a series of 4 lamp-like coverings, the largest being at their shoulder area, and the head is adorned with long antennae that almost reach the ground with gilded bulbous ends, a massive crossed wing veil that almost reaches the ground, a gilded crown of exoskeleton material on their forehead, a tiny mouth, and wide eyes with blue pupils, purple sclera, and thick eyelashes.
Pheromosa exists as one of only a handful of creatures known as Ultra Beasts, alien Pokemon from unknown worlds that have been brought into this world through Ultra Wormholes.
Although they appear to be incredibly frail and not fit for battle, Pheromosa are in fact among the strongest of offensive fighters recognized in the Pokemon world, and are able to deliver devastating, armor-breaking strikes in close quarters with agility that is nearly unmatched in the Pokemon world. The key to this incredible power is that nearly all of the musculature in their body is comprised of fast-twitch muscle fibers that can move with such incredible speed that they can accelerate the motions of these insectoids from a standstill to over 120 miles per hour in a fraction of a second, resulting in their blows containing a great deal of momentum that no other known lifeform can obtain in such a short period of time. The general results of this are devastating, crushing blows to anything and anyone that gets in their way. This is heavily assisted by their unique structure of their exoskeleton which, though rather thin, is incredibly durable and supple, and can bend and twist to such a degree that the entire force of a blow is spread across the entirety of the structure, minimizing the overall impact of said strike over any particular point of impact, and thus allowing for Pheromosa's signature high-speed strikes without the exoskeleton breaking from tension. In terms of fighting style, this method of attack is used by Pheromosa as a kickboxer would, as they learn a number of different kicking attacks naturally, including a variation of the rare triple kick attack that is normally exclusive to Hitmontop. The agility also translates into an incredibly high base speed stat, and these creatures can usually be spotted dashing across the earth at night, though only for a second, as they generally move so fast that they can supposedly dodge lightning, leaving the human eye unable to easily register them. Not surprisingly, this is particularly made known when they are exposed to the effects of the Beast Boost after initially entering this world, as the fresh exposure to Ultra Wormhole energy has the effect of greatly raising their speed stat. While they might have incredible offensive power at their disposal, it is noted that the behavior of these creatures, which are about as common in the homeworld as cockroaches are in ours, is also incredibly unique and potentially embarrassing to those that cannot resist their temptations. It has been observed that these creatures are constantly emitting some sort of pheromone from a specialized organ in their body whose chemical composition is unlike anything observed among Earth-native life forms. Their pheromone has the effect of rendering those that come within a few feet of the creatures to become awestruck by their apparent beauty and completely renders their will to battle nullified, leaving them to become the slave of the creature and do what they wish at a moment's notice. This overpowering control makes it almost impossible to communicate with those that have been put under their entrancing aroma, and those that try to get near Pheromosa will often be violently assaulted by those that are under their control.
The confusion that takes over their victims only lasts for a few hours at the most, but they will re-enter the state or have the state restarted and rejuvenated if they come into the close vicinity of the creatures again, making complete isolation for a few hours the only surefire cure for this chemical overload.
This infatuation with their gorgeous face and long, graceful legs suggests that Pheromosa may be using this as a distraction in order to ward off predators, but as recent reports are showing, the true reason for it might be a little bit more disturbing. Although these creatures are not identified as having a gender that is currently recognizable by science, if the Pheromosa controlling someone wishes to, they may lure the victim into a secluded dark space where they can attempt to mate with the slave. This rarely ever goes so well, as the incredible speed of their bodies cannot easily be turned down, and those that become too physical with them can often have their entire bodies ripped to pieces by sheer accident. This isn't a problem for just one sex either, as both men and women can be entranced by these creatures, and Pheromosa are indifferent to sex as well, though more often than not, they are left in a confused state when they find themselves unable to successfully mate with a target, even if it does not put them off trying again with someone else. It can be said though that these beasts might have some form of taste or personal preference, as they are very picky about who they decide to try and mate with. Usually it has to be someone who has a clean body, as these creatures cannot stand the sight of filth. In fact, they almost never touch anything around them, seeing their surroundings as almost always being covered in some unidentifiable filth, and thus putting them in a constant state of displeasure. It is only in a sterile, clean room in captivity that these creatures can be observed in their normal state, and in terms of base behavior, Pheromosa are rather mild-mannered and do not seem to mind being in a captive state as long as they are kept happy and are allowed to relieve their urges to mate when needed.
Nonetheless, these creatures can prove to be a handful to deal with when forced to fight them, as the signature Beast Boost ability they possess, alongside other known Ultra Beasts, can help to amplify their best stat whenever they are able to knock out an opponent.
When it comes to their base stats, their impressive power but frail forms are more than evident, as well their defenses are incredibly poor, leaving their base defense and special defense stats as below average for a fully evolved bug and fighting type Pokemon. They have decent stamina to work with, their base HP stat being above average for a fully evolved bug type Pokemon, and their incredible agility and offensive strength shines, their base attack, special attack and speed stats being above average for a fully evolved Pokemon of both of their types. Moreover, they possess the highest base special attack and speed stats out of all fighting type Pokemon, and the highest base stat total out of all non-legendary bug and fighting type Pokemon, tied with Buzzwole, making them a terrifying sight to behold in battle if their attacks and sheer speed cannot be overcome.
You likely may never run into one of these creatures under normal circumstances, but for the few that do, Pheromosa are swift insectoids that can more than deliver a pummeling to those that disturb them or get in their way. Being left awestruck by their appearance is a common occurrence and a trap they will gladly play off of in order to get their way, so great caution is recommended when dealing with these speedy creatures and the sheer might they can wield in a fight.
Just do yourself a favor and make sure that you keep some sort of protection on you when near one so you don't inhale their pheromones. Otherwise, you may find yourself in a deadly situation if they take a liking to you and wish to see for themselves if you can handle the incredible speed and power that these extraterrestrial insectoids can bring, both in public and in private. Though I will admit, not all are so controlled by their instincts as others, and can make for good company, and for good marriage, if you don't mind giving them a shot. Isn't that right, Mina?
Well, I certainly would like to think so, love.
Thank you all for watching this video. It is always a pleasure to help teach others about the world of Pokemon and the many facets of it that exist in both the world we call home and the world they call home. If you'd like, please leave a comment and subscribe and ring the bell to this channel to get regular updates on content and anything else that might be going on. You can find me and my written work on DeviantArt under the name Titus, and be informed of information and content uploads on my Twitter page and my Patreon page. Donations are always welcome. Always remember, the world of Pokemon is a vast and varied place, and there's no telling what secrets might be hiding just around the corner. So keep watch, stay vigilant, and always prepare for the unexpected. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.